We're here at Strike King booth at the 2010 ICAST show, and I've got a lot of new stuff. I mean, I have been working with these guys for a year. A lot of the stuff I've been fishing with for a while, but we're finally introducing it to the general public. Probably the thing I'm most excited about is the new KVD 1.5 and 2.5 shell diving crankbaits. You can see a lot of the new colors we have. There's two sizes of it. It's a square bill design, similar to some of the other ones out there. One of the things that I really worked hard on in this bait, though, is to try to get that really erratic hunting action at all retrieve speeds. You know, I wanted a bait that is going to be darting around. It's going to be, because that's what triggers them. You know, when it, not only when it hits cover, but even when it's just swimming through the water column for it to kind of wander. And that's what these baits really do. You know, before in the past, you kind of had to hunt, even with plastic baits, you kind of had to check, and two or three would just run in a straight line. Well, this bait really does not track perfectly true, and that's what you want as a crankbait fisherman. So it's a real durable bait, and they come in great colors, and it's in the price range that's real affordable. You know, a lot of the expensive wood baits and things like that, some of the high dollar Japanese baits, you know, it's just $15, $20 a piece. This is a bait that's going to retail just over $5. So it's got tremendous action, comes in all the great colors. You know, again, we've got, you know, things for clear water and dirty water colors both. 1.5 and 2.5, brand new for this year. I've been fishing the bait now for 6 months. We've been perfecting it, and it's really right. This is one you got to have in your tackle box. If you come right around the corner here, I've got a lot of additions to the new KVD Perfect Plastic lines. Probably one of the things that I'm the most excited about is the new Jig Chunk that we have. Now, we have a great line of plastics. We have all the Rage products. The Rage Craw, it by far, to me, is the best jig trailer that I've fished. I mean, if you want an action type trailer on a football jig or a swimming jig, things like that, there's nothing like a Rage Craw. But there's a lot of times, especially in colder water and things like that, that you want something that has a subtler action. That's where this new chunk comes in. And one of the things we did on this is we designed it to be real soft. It's made out of the Perfect Plastics. It's got a lot of salt in it, but it has a really great swimming action to it too. It's got a narrower stance, so again, less action than like the Rage Craw, so it's not a real big profile. But you cannot believe this bait when you put it on the back of a jig. It has this a really great flutter to it. Even on a slow fall, or if you're reeling the bait in fast, it's just quite a bit. It's quite a bit more subtle than the Rage action. So it's a really great compliment to me. So when I want less action, you know, in colder water, things like that, this new chunk is going to be the deal. Comes in a bunch of different colors, everything you could expect for, you know, both clear water and dirty water. We've got a brand new Finesse worm. Comes in two sizes, and the unique thing about this again is it's super soft and it's very salty. It's got a little hollow spot on the tail, so it really gives it tremendous action. I mean, it's got a ton of salt in it. It's a great worm for shaky heading and wacky rigging. I mean, it's got a great sink rate with the extra salt in it, has tremendous action. The big thing about it is it's so much softer than other baits on the market. When you add that super softness with that tail design, tremendous action to it. And again, we've got a 4.5 inch and a 6.5 inch version of it. All the different colors, you know, for both clear water and stained water, ready for it. Another thing is we added some sizes to some of the other baits that have already been in the line that are really, really good for us. Probably one of my favorites is the new Rodent. You know, being a northern angler, I like to throw a lot of, you know, creature style baits and things like that. The Rodent has been a really popular bait for us. It's super soft. This is the new small Rodent right here. Great bait right here. You put this on a jig head, tremendous bait for smallmouth. It's also been a great bait for me for punching matted cover. You know, when you want a smaller profile bait in clear water, this little baby Rodent, tremendous, tremendous bait. Added a lot of new colors too to the line, so you want to definitely check those out. You'll see that both in the chunks, in the worms, and that. Another thing that is one of my favorites, and it's probably the favorite bait for me in the whole Perfect Plastic line, is the Caffeine Shad. This is the new smaller version of the Caffeine Shad. This is a really unique design in that we put a ton of salt in these, and with this little flat base behind where the hook goes in and that tail design, It has the action of like a soft plastic stick worm like an Ocho has. It has that quiver when it falls, but it has tremendous darting action. This little bit smaller size, tremendous. I've been fishing it on everything, from unweighted with a hook to a weighted hook, actually even putting it on the back of jig heads and things like that on a darter head. Aaron Martins really likes it for his head too. It's a tremendous new bait out there, and again, this a little bit smaller size just gives you that profile that you're looking for when the bait fish are a little bit smaller. Yeah, really successful for us already this year.